A civil society organization, Global Right has called for more transparency and accountability in the extractive industry as a way of leveraging on the enormous potentials for revenue it holds. The executive director of Global Right, Abiodun Baiyewu, made this known during a multi-stakeholders roundtable organized by the group with the theme Promoting Transparency, Fiscal Accountability, and National Development in Nigeria's Extractive Industry Governance. Baiyewu, who expressed a disappointment at meagre revenue generated from the sector, says there is a need to engage Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative (NEITI) and the National Assembly to achieve this goal.
Our core objective for this engagement will be apparent to you: to create enduring platforms for participatory governance in the solid minerals sector, advocate for fiscal justice in the governance of the extractive sector, and amplify grassroots voices demanding accountability. We will all come to some mutual agreements on how best civil society should engage NEITI, the Ministry of Solid Minerals, the Ministry of Mines and Steel, and the National Assembly to promote transparency and accountability in the sector, and on the way forward to promoting the rights of mining host communities. How do we implement our laws and regulation in a way that benefits our people? How do we fulfill our constitutional obligation in Section 17 of the Constitution that asks that we ensure that the resources of our land is only used for the benefit of our communities? How do we ensure they do not inordinately bear the consequences? And may I remind you again, ladies and gentlemen, that climate change is upon us. May I again remind you that we are a country at war with various conflicts across the country, particularly insurgency, and we have done research that has linked part of the insurgency to the mineral wealth in some communities.
The latest independent industrial report published by NEITI in the oil, gas and mining sector disclosed employment opportunities against women in the industry, and to the extent that this disadvantage is far below global average. From our report, 56 out of 70 companies covered during the survey, a total of 19,171 employees work in that sector genuinely. Out of this number, 82% or 15,639 are men, and only 3,532, representing 18% of the employees in that sector.
One of the greatest problems we're having is the fact that we have a law that is guiding the sector that is really not sensitive to the plight of the people who actually own these mineral resources. 5% should be given to the community so that it can be given to an association that will bring about the development of this community. Because if God gave those mineral resources there, God does not make a mistake, and He knows why He put it there. So I need to call on the people in this space. This is your bill, this is your law. Come and support the National Assembly to be able to effect these changes that are needed.
The sector has been neglected for a very long time, and because of this, people just plunge into the sector without knowing the rules, without regarding anything. In fact, the most abused area of the law is that one that concerns the communities. People obtain licenses from the federal government and just move into the communities, start working, start drilling, start dredging, and making money without actually addressing the issue of development.
The month of June 2024, we had 3 incidences of mining in Niger. One we have in Galadima and Kogo under Shiro local government, where we have mining pit collapse, where over 30 people were buried in the rubbles and they are still underground. Only about 5 of them have been recovered. After that, a week later, we had another one in Tungan Amali in Pekoro local government area of the state, where we have 3 people that were buried, although 1 was recovered alive, 2 dead. And then we had another incident of a mother and her daughter that were drowned while they were washing their deposit, and of course the two of them died. Government, all we can do, of course, is to see how we can address the mining, specifically the artisanal mining. You know, mining is an exclusive right of the federal government. The state governors, not just that of Niger, have tried to see how they can suspend or ban mining in their various states. But this is not possible because it is not under their purview. And so this thing continues, specifically this artisanal mining where they are more or less like herders. They are everywhere in the country. And so seeing how you can stop them is very difficult. But then the state government tried to use security, that is a conventional security. Here I'm talking about the police, to see how they can control their movements in and around their states. But that has not yielded any result.